Aloha headsets, Frank here, and it is time for Behind the Scenes VR. Today we are looking at PayDay 2. Now, Overkill had an AMA on Reddit yesterday, and they answered a bunch of questions about PayDay 2 and VR, and your boy Frankie is here to give you the scoop. Now, although all this information was available on the Reddit AMA, Eden of Helix VR compiled it all and organized it into the three main sections, which we will go into now. Now, first up, this one is going into beta mode on November 16th, and anyone with VR or non-VR will be able to play the game together and are going to need to download the beta branch of the game. Now, first up, location and movement. The location will be a dash. You're going to choose a location and the character will dash there. The dash will be nearly instant, and in third person it's going to look like you're running. Now, this is a range and cooldown associated with dashes, and these are dependent on skills and armor, and you are not blocked by enemies and NPCs. The actual dash range and cooldown will be subject to balance changes during the beta. The guards can see you mid-dash, so there's no way to just teleport past a guard. Stealth is the reason why they use a dash system rather than a true teleport. They're thinking about trackpad system once the beta has been released, and they're not against the idea since a lot of people do want that, but no changes will be made until launch of the beta. For driving, there will be a completely separate control scheme. For accelerating, braking, then you steer by grabbing the steering wheel. They are experimenting with how climbing ladders are going to be handled. The characters move where your head is. This moves the character in the game, and it has the same hitbox as the desktop version. You hide your head in a wall or save, it's going to fade to black and teleport you out of the wall. The hands are tracked locally to make sure you can't shoot or interact through walls. The fade is fast enough to prevent you from seeing anything inside the boxes. The dash will always be at the maximum available speed. The dodge system is going to work like the desktop version. There may be some skills related to dodge that may change somewhat in a later beta period. You can go prone, however, for the release there will not be a third-person state for this because it will affect the gameplay quite severely. Jumping is handled by the dash system. If a jump is available to the location you've highlighted as a target, you will jump there. Next up, general information. VR will be part of the main game. The VR and desktop players will have access to the same content, and they'll be able to play together on all heists. The game is being developed for Vive, but Oculus support will be looked into if there is enough interest. This will be far later in the beta or post-release. The actual beta period is not set, and they will look at how long they need for the beta as well as how many periods they're going to need. You're going to be able to use the same profile and progression in VR and on the desktop, and they have not decided if you're going to be able to keep your progress in the beta or saving will be disabled to avoid issues during the beta period. Height will be adjusted automatically, so you're not going to be stuck in crouching for shorter people. There will be changes to skills for VR. There are some skills that will not be working as intended in VR. They will be addressed during one of the beta periods. Skill changes will not be ready for the first period of the beta, and skills will simply not have an effect until they have been addressed in the later beta period. There will be a rollout of VR content. Each period will add content and focus on different aspects. Non-VR players seeing the dresses is not a priority before the beta release. There will be a beta period devoted to game balance. There will be a difference between a VR player and a desktop player. However, the approach is not to match the VR player exactly to the PC player, but rather give them a different way to play that will let them have the same survivability. PayDay VR is going to be free to all owners of the base game or the Ultimate Edition, and no update will be required to gain access to VR. The exact number of heists in the first beta period is not going to be set, and they're going to see what heists the community wants to test first. They want to have an open discussion about identifying players as VR players. They don't want to segregate communities while still letting players easily play with each other. Now for the final section, weapons and combat. There's going to be 2 reload systems, one active, one automatic to suit as many playstyles as possible. There will also be some bonuses associated with choosing an active reload system. There will be a system where you press the reload button to trigger the reload. There is a reload timer next to your gun, and there will be a box of inventory on your belt. It will also show the reload timer. Once the timer is done, you can intersect the gun with the box, boom, gun's reloaded. If you're using akimbo, you're going to have one gun in each hand, and they can be fired individually in different directions. Just like in the desktop version, they will share one ammo pool. Not all weapons will be available in the beta. For example, bows are going to need further development before they are in the state where they want to release them. You can choose to grab the front of the gun, but it will not be necessary to play efficiently. All weapons will be able to be handled with one hand and two hands, will be available for long weapons like rifles. You can shoot around corners, and this is one of the ways VR players can reach the same survivability as a desktop player. You can equip the melee weapon and swing away. You can even have a weapon and melee weapon equipped in each hand. VR melee will not change, but it's going to have higher damage. They're looking at how to properly convert stability to VR, and they're looking at the beta to test how to best solve these issues. Accuracies will work in a similar way to how the desktop version. As for snap zoom skills, they will provide a different effect to a VR player. Grenade and bags will work in the same way. For beta, you're going to hold them in your hand, aim, and launch them. Alright, what do you guys think? I am very excited to play this one in virtual reality. I never had a chance to play it in normal reality of flat gaming, so I'm glad that I waited because it will be a great time to try it for the first time. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you would like to stay up to date on everything VR and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on.